I want to talk about your first meeting as mayor with the New York Police Department. How do you envision that will go?
Well, first, it started already, and it's not with the department, it's with the union heads. I had a conversation with Pat Lynch, a conversation with Ed Mullins, a conversation with the president of the DEA. It's about going behind closed doors and say, let's turn a new page. I said this over and over again, the prerequisite to prosperity in the city is public safety and reform. And they are eager to sit down with me and say, how do we move policing into the 21st century, deeper into the 21st century, where we reestablish the relationships between police and community, because our cities will be controlled by the good guys or the bad guys. And right now, all across America, the bad guys are winning. And I'm going to stop that immediately.
Are you going to do that with Dermot McShay at the helm?
No, I'm not. I've made it clear that my police commissioner is going to be a woman. We're going to finally bring the entire city, the largest police department in the country, into the 21st century of women leadership in law enforcement. Yeah. And I'm look at 3 of the candidates that I've been communicated with.
And I'm sure you know, obviously, being a veteran of that force, that's not going to come easy, Eric. We've seen the fraught relationship between the police, the rank and file, the unions, and, of course, the mayors of the past here. You've also had a relatively complicated relationship, despite being a veteran of that department here. How do you bridge that, Eric? How are you going to do that in a way where the police, which are a mighty force in this city, Eric, some would say even mightier than the mayor himself?
Well, first of all, it is easy. And those who state it's not going to be easy, they don't know me. I had difficult challenges in my life, being beat, arrested by police officers, assaulted, went into the police department for reform, moved up through the ranks of captain, became a state senator, now bar president, reversed diabetes by changing my diet. And so difficult challenges is not something that I run away from, I run towards. What we must do is stop talking at each other around reform and safety and start talking with each other. And you're going to see in the first year a complete change in the atmosphere of public safety and how our police officers respond. We're going to rid the bad cops. We're going to back our good cops. And we're going to reestablish the relationships in our communities. And it's going to be done in year 1. I promise you that.
The 3 women that you're currently in conversation with, are they within the New York Police Department, or are you looking outside?
What I don't want to do is say, is it bigger than the bread box or smaller than the house? Because that limits the number of potential candidates, and many of them are working right now. And I don't want to in any way jeopardize what they're doing. I will reveal those numbers immediately after I win the general election in November. I reveal the individual I decided on.
Fair enough, fair enough. And another big force to be reckoned with is obviously Governor Andrew Cuomo in Albany. You have had a checkered past, so to speak, with him, but you guys have run in the same political circles for almost your entire adult lives. Did he call you to congratulate you? And what's the first thing you're going to try to work with him in Albany on?
And we don't have a checkered past. Clearly, we are both strong in what we believe. We know how to sit down and communicate. We've operated together when I was in Albany, and I'm looking forward to having him as a partner as we deal with, number 1, public safety. I cannot really emphasize this enough. We're not going to deal with major parts of our economy, tourism. If we have shootings in Times Square, no one's going to get on the subway system if we continue the violence there. And so we're going to first deal with making our city safe, and then we're going to use the dollars that are coming from the federal government to go after the feeders of crime and the feeders that prevent people from finally leaving institutional poverty year after year. And I believe that having a partner in Albany, we could accomplish this task together.
Eric Adams, they're going to study your candidacy, the path of this mayoral race for you in Brooklyn, in Bronx. They're also going to study it in Boston and also in Boise, Idaho. You're going to have a national ramification for all Democrats. What does your victory say about the certitude of the left in the Democratic Party?
Well, if you are a DSA candidate or if you are a Republican candidate, you don't want to be pushed on the train or slashed.
Right.
So I think that what you're going to see, I'm the face of the Democratic Party. I keep saying this over and over again. I won 4 boroughs in the city of New York. The only borough I did not win is Manhattan. My message resonated with everyday working people. And it didn't matter your ethnicity, your gender, it didn't matter worship. And I think that you're going to see this message resonate across this entire country. And it's an opportunity for us to understand that we don't have to talk at each other. We are in this together, and I'm going to bring the city closer together so that we can overcome not only the pandemic, but also the pandemic of unemployment, of violence, and inequality.
Very quickly, Eric, we are on television and we are on radio, and a number of radio listeners have emailed in and said, what's the piercing look like? Where's the piercing this morning, Mayor Adams?
Wow, look at this.
It's a gold earring. My son and I, we attended a meeting with a group of young people during the campaign, and they said that we will vote for you if you commit and promise to get your ears pierced, if you win the primary. And a promise made is a promise kept, and I did it yesterday.
I can assure you the 108th mayor of New York did not go through this torture.